Hello everyone, my name is Kurazar, and welcome back to Vintage Story Desert Life, episode 28. This video originally streamed live on YouTube on May 19th, 2024. Enjoy the video! Alright, snadstone and wooden junk that goes in here. Lightning rod, you stay with me. We are doing you in just a second. Alright, lightning rod. Now, I am probably going to put it up here, because as I mentioned last stream, I discovered lightning rods protect a pyramid shape below them. So we are... let's go up here and take a look at how high we are. Our first rod is done. Oh my goodness. Wow. Alright, so we are at 120. Go down to the ground. We are at 110, so it's 10 block pyramid starting here. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's not very far to protect. So I think what I'll do... so I was thinking of putting it off the pergola instead, but that might look funny. So I might just build up that pillar a couple blocks and do it that way. That way it'll extend farther underground rather than making the pergola ugly. Let's do that. Grab some more stone. I think I have some left still. I have 4. 4 should be plenty. And we'll just make this stick up like a sore thumb a little bit. There we go. That is kind of a sore thumb, isn't it? Well, it's practical for now. What I might do later on is, once we have maybe some more copper income, I might do like a couple shorter ones, like up here maybe even, like just on sticks here. And that way we'll have the protection, but we won't have the, well, this. Yeah, I could chisel it. I don't think it's going to look good, even with a chisel. I could maybe, you know what I could do? Let's try it. Let's try something here. Let's try something. This might take more time than I really want to spend on it, but it's for you guys. All right. Let's do something. I can't chisel it. It's too unstable. It might collapse. I hate that. Ah, man. Really, Tyron? I have to build a dirt blob going the whole way down. Let's go the whole way down to the ground, doesn't it? Or at least to here. What if I do this temporarily? Let's grab you. Let's grab you. The pillar going the whole way down now to the ground. That should let me chisel it now. Yay, look at that. Yeah, I am not a fan of the chiseling mechanics. Or of the, sorry, the stability mechanics. Especially given that they're disabled in this world. Like, okay, I don't care that I can't do it, because I can. I should be able to. Alright, so let's take off some of this from here. I'll do all the sides. I think what I'll do is I'll make sort of like a steeple shape here. So it's tapered kind of the whole way up. I'll taper it back out a little here at the bottom. Just want to get an idea for how narrow I should make the top. Okay. So if I do a bit of this, that's about as narrow as it should get to make it not look stupid. There we go, and to, whoops. Jump over the fence, there we go. All right. So we'll do a bit of that. And I will round that corner off a little bit with some of this 2x2. Like so. Eight. And then on this side as well. Jump chiseling. New sport. It's parkour chisel. There we go. All right, so now we need to think about not doing that. Let's chisel this face off of here. Just something like this. And then this side. You look like a mobile tower, cell tower. Yeah, a little bit, I guess. That it will. Yeah, I don't like that too much. Leave that on there. Whoops. Actually, this side too. Right. There we go. All right, and then we got this side to do here. There we go. That brings us down to this one here. We'll just pop that one out a little bit. Do a tiny jump to get over that. And then same over here. I think we'll bring these back like there, and then I'll just sort of chisel out the one piece on the corner there. So like this. Ah, I can feel the 5G already. Wow. It infuses my very bones and veins. All right. That looks okay. That looks a lot better than just having that on a block there. So thanks for the idea. It's a good one. And our chickens are in. Let's see. Chicken coop is checked off. Move chickens checked off. And lightning rod checked off. Storage is coming. Hunting for fat and leather already done. Transicator already done. And that brings us to the Oasis Pond. Larger and closer farms and more storage. But I also wanted to decorate some of this stuff too. The storage might come next time. So we need to go and get us some clay first. Let's go do that. Let's put away you. Put you down here for now. So you stand out a little better. And let's see, we got ladders, we got flint. Things that we don't need, hammers and chisels. So you go there. And you go there. And we're going to go find us some clay. Our nearest blue clay deposit is right next to some high fertility soil. Let's go there. Let's mark you. Pinned. Clay, question mark? Yes. It's clay. Look at the map here. Oasis is already visible. Oh yeah, it's actually been visible for a little while. Once the trees grew. The wall didn't make much of a difference, but the trees, man, like that bright green patch is gorgeous. Right, I did bring a shovel. I'm like, wait a second. Did I shovel? We've already been to these ruins, so we're not going to check them out again. Ooh, a nice big stand of papyrus. Not bad. That might be worth ransacking later. Alright, we are about there. I do see something over here. Are you a fruit tree or are you just junk? You're just junk. You're just K-pop stuff. Yes. Blue clay and smelly soil, smelly dirt. Let's go ahead and grab this while we're here. I am leaning toward our farms near the home just being high fertility because Terrapeta is going to be a bit of a ways away. And since we do have the farmland drop soil mod on, if we wait for the farmland to recover after we're done growing things in it, we can pick it up and move it later or use it for crafting more Terrapeta. So, and we have loads of this stuff now, so I'm not too worried about that. Can't see anything. There we go. All right, all gone. Please stop spraying poop into the air. Thank you. Oh, one last one. Here we go. Shawnee Hancock. Hey, you finally made it. You can't stay long because you're very sleepy. Thanks for the content. Hey, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Glad to see you here. And we have Maris the Thorn. Oh, you were the one with the Oasis comment. Cool. Didn't say hi to you either, so hello. Thanks for coming. Yeah, they're kind of like poop sprayers. I don't like it too much. Also, there's one out here. These actually go pretty high into the air. When I was testing it in creative, I think they went even higher. Oh, that might be because I had turned down the game speed significantly. Sean Hancock likes to play the videos inside monitor and keep watching. And you're looking forward to the VOD. Awesome. Hope you enjoy it once you get to see the full thing. I'm also really happy that folks seem to like, we got some folks who like the VOD, some folks who like the episodes, and some folks who watch all of them. Catch the live show, catch the VOD, and then watch the episodes, which, more power to you. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm really glad that you're excited that much for it. I sort of have this, you're watching little old me kind of feeling when I hear people watching all three. Don Gubb says it's 4:30 a.m. on a Monday. Wow, you are up early. I'm honored that you chose to spend your Monday morning, your very early Monday morning, with me today. I think we'll fill up on clay here, just so we don't have to come back too soon. I want to say in the next... It won't be next stream. Next stream's going to be probably a lot of mining, because we need a lot of copper and other stuff. But the stream after that, I think we'll probably start working toward iron. Next stream we'll get more copper. I also need to get... let's see, we need some coal. I'd like to get some bombs going on. We know where black coal is. We know where sulfur is. The only thing we're missing right now is saltpeter. Well, except that we have some. It's not a ton of it, but we could make a few bombs for getting out some of the iron early on. No, I think mining is a big enough deal that it won't be a chore stream, at least not the first few times I do it. Plus, when you're mining, there are interesting things you can find along the way, and dangers. I think that makes it a bit more than chore stream fodder. Hello, Sergey Kamshilin. Hello from Russia. Your videos are very inspiring. Hey, welcome. A lot of folks liking hitting the bomb emojis now. Some big fans of ore bombs, huh? Oh, while we're on the topic, well, I'm thinking about it. I just saw the chat again. If you all wouldn't mind, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do so. It does help the stream while it's live and afterward. So that'd be awesome if you could do that. Here we are, about full up here. You like how I show the grind of the game? The game has complex processes and work in progress. Yes. Yeah. When I started the guide series originally back in 2022, I think it was mostly because there were a lot of tutorials, like how to do this one thing with, in great detail. And there were lots of Let's Plays, but there weren't a lot of, or many, even any, I don't even know, that were a guide series. Like I take inspiration from Waddles and Pixel Riffs and Mythical Sausage and Gemini Tay from that other block game. And they, well, at least Waddles especially, and also Pixel Riffs are really well known for doing these guide series where they play the game in survival mode, but they showcase the different mechanics of the game. Granted, the other block game is a much simpler game, but there's still stuff to learn in that game, and potion brewing and how to get the elytra and all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to do something similar for Vintage Story because there wasn't a lot out there. It was also handy because it forced me to learn a lot more about the game myself. All the mechanics that I was familiar with a lot of them, but the nitty gritty often escaped me, that I just hadn't dug into it. Although, I don't remember if I answered this, or included this in my answer when I was asked it before, but one of the biggest reasons that I started the guide series, aside from wanting to do a guide series in general, is that I kind of wanted to have some accountability for some builds that I wanted to do. I had been playing on the RF Fury server for a while, and I built this big house, kind of like Lupine Ridge, and I got really burned out on it because I found that playing on the server kind of felt like playing alone. Like I joined the server because I wanted to play with people and go exploring, and I did meet some friends there. We did go exploring. We did do some cool stuff together. We didn't really do much building together, though. And I wanted to get into some of that. Do some pots here. Let's do some planters. And so with the first guide series, I figured, hey, I could like force myself to build because now I have an audience. And I didn't expect. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I didn't really expect quite the reception it got. I figured I'd do like a couple dozen videos and be done. And well, it's been 2 years and change now. So yeah, it's grown well beyond what I expected it to. And we might not even do all these tonight. By tonight, I mean in-game tonight. Let's get some bowls in here for some more tea lights. And let's get our Clayforming on. We got a lot to do. Let's see who else is in the chat here. I think I've said hi to everybody so far that I can see. There is another block game. It's a myth. It might be. I've heard tales of another block game. Unsubstantiated rumor. No, I was big into the other block game for a very long time, and it's sort of a funny thing where like I feel like with Vintage Story, once you start, it's kind of hard to go back. At least it is for me. I enjoy the faster building of the other block game and like resource gathering, but I feel like this just Vintage Story makes your accomplishments feel so much more real because there's a lot more effort that goes into everything you do. That's probably why I like this more. Let's do all the base layers here first, then we'll worry about the extra junk. Yeah, so you, Lutheran Lightwolf, also you couldn't go back. Same with Vimsy James. Yeah, it's hard to go back. There are things that I like about the other block game that you can't do here, and I'm not talking about the Elytra. I do like the ability to custom make your own teleportation network with the portals in the other block game. That I like that a lot, actually. I like some of the ambiance that you get with some of the shader packs. I built a swamp base, which was showcased in episode 107 of the first guide season, when I did the April Fool's episode, and went through a portal and ended up in another world, and then acted like it was just, going to be this all along. Oh yeah, of course we're here. Last time we did this. I loved that swamp, and I don't feel like you get. There is no swamp in this game. Like there's swampy, you get like sort of like little scattered islands in some water, but you don't get that sort of like wet, dark swamp feeling going on. And I loved that build, that whole base for that. Also, doing giant tree builds in Vintage Story is a lot less feasible. Like if you want to build a giant tree in vanilla, your options are very limited. You can get the wood easily enough, but to get the leaves where you want them, you have to grow the trees, and then make sure you don't chop out all of the wood holding the leaves in place. It just does bad things to the leaves. You can, with mods, collect leaves, but that's well, one, the branch cutter mod doesn't let your leaves stack from different trees. So it's a bit of a pain to gather and store, but it does work in a pinch. There was also the aspect of it's fun to build huge scale builds in that other block game. In Vintage Story, it's possible, but it'll take you. Oh goodness. I think once you tech up to like steel or even iron, even in vanilla, you can start doing mega build projects. It'll still take you probably 3 to 4 times as long to do them, just from the gathering aspect, and if you want to build the bricks thing, you gotta do mortar and grind that up, all that kind of stuff. But it is possible. But the scale and ease of doing mega builds in the other block game does make it attractive for that kind of stuff. And that's why with this series, this season, we are doing a mega build. We are going to do a ridiculously tall tower for Vintage Story. I've got some sketches going on. Haven't settled on any one of them just yet, but you guys did vote on a tall tower, so we're going to be doing a tall, narrow build for the main feature. But it will need to be spread out on the ground as well for things like farms and such, trees. Okay, so all the bases are done. Let's get all the first layers in. And then we should be able to copy these pretty quickly. Didn't mean to turn this into a chores segment here, but here we are. Once we get these bottom layers in, this should be pretty quick to complete, though. Just want to get these built and fired so we can actually decorate with them. Hey, Andy Days, welcome. Good to see you. TL Forever says lots of glass, please. I'm going to use some glass. For a lot of roofs, we'll use some glass. At least for like skylight kind of stuff. But as far as glass in desert goes, glass would be used primarily for decoration. Because you don't want to block airflow. So we're going to have a lot of open rooms in this tower. I'm kind of thinking like a very open air kind of build would be really cool. A lot of lamps. No, this is actually not lamps. These are pots, raw flower pots. We do have lamps down here. We're going to have 12 more, which isn't a lot, but it's something. Keep that stack up there. Yeah, one little trick is that if you keep stacking the clay onto the clay that you're using for clay forming before it runs out, it remembers, it keeps the mode that you're on. Yeah, the flower pots are they're 6x6 rather than another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6x6 rather than 5x5, which is why they do look a little big, and why they still have more layers on them once I get done with the first layer. Have I tried other survival games that incentivize co-op building and gathering? Ark. Ark is one. I wouldn't say I was a big Ark player. I never did any public servers. I just ran private servers, but I play with friends. Ark is pretty good for co-op survival, I think, especially for like doing the dungeons and stuff, or any of the end game stuff, which I never really got to. I did the end game once on a single player, and then never again. It just takes so long to do anything in Ark. Even with XP and dino taming and stuff cranked up, it's just like, man, it takes forever to do stuff. Yeah, and Shrouded looks pretty good. Necromundi. I want to see how that game progresses. And also, again, I'm very solidly, at this point, probably forever, a Vintage Story channel. It'll probably have to be part of the channel for a very long time to come. Just because it's, it's what you all are here for. And not specifically you, and maybe those of you in the chat or some of you might be like, hey, I'll follow you to see whatever game you play. But a lot of folks come here specifically for Vintage Story. So moving away from that would pretty much alienate a lot of the audience. I don't really want to do that. Plus, I'm still enjoying the game. So I'm careful to manage my time in it. I'm really only playing for these streams. I've done a little bit of testing. I'm working on a couple little things. Look forward to some upcoming shorts videos I've been putting together. Probably starting next week, like this coming week, I guess. Yeah, I got a few things going on for that. But I largely try not to play it too much while I'm not recording. Otherwise, I get burned out pretty quickly. Plus, I may be binging anime, and I also may be binging The Boys with Corazette. If you want hyper-violent shows, The Boys is for you. My goodness. I'm not going to talk about it too much here because, yeah, it's content filters. But that show is gory. Gory and very uncouth. Not very Kurazar channel friendly. Dutchy Dangerous says you'd watch me play anything. And Moo says you did enjoy my Star Sector series. Oh, thank you. I might actually do some Star Sector again. I think I mentioned I kind of like to do an Angry Bees run for you guys, as I had a lot of fun with the small ship build, the small ships only challenge I gave myself. That was really fun. So Star Sector is definitely an option. I will say, Sunless Sea will be coming to an end very soon. I know someone just posted, I hope this series goes on forever. I'm like, about that. So sorry if you're in the stream or watching later. You picked a bad time to wish the series would never end. But it's on the sea will be ending soon, so I'm going to be thinking about what to do next. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put the next series to a vote or not. This is a lot more clay from what I was hoping it would be. But anyway, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do a vote or not, or decide to do something like Star Sector, because life's been a little bit busier than usual lately, so I might just sort of need to pick a game that I'm really interested in playing to sort of keep myself focused and motivated on it, and then go back to asking my patrons for ideas first for like the next series after that. I don't know. It could also be an option to, in the future at least, maybe focus down do I become a Vintage Story and Star Sector channel? You know, Star Sector has that sort of infinite replayability to it, to some extent. Or do I decide to keep going with Vintage Story plus a sort of, you know, random/rotating game? From an enjoyment perspective, it's nice to have that variety. From an algorithm and audience perspective, it kind of throws away a lot of progress every time I start a new game on the channel. If it's a game that everybody is really interested in, then it could be a hit. Otherwise, I'm basically starting from scratch with a new audience. And then once that game ends, I'm throwing them away because some of them come for Star Sector or Small Land or Valheim and then don't really get into Vintage Story. Have I seen the first season of Wednesday, Andy? No, I have not. You thought it was going to be a kid's show? I have heard it is definitely not a kid's show. I've heard that warning. No, I don't know. It looks all right. I'm not really an Addams Family fan, so kind of like whatever to me. All right, let's get this copy operation going on. Ta-da! This would definitely be an argument for putting on that super fast clay forming mod of just doing it in your inventory at the cost of more clay. Pardon the hydration break there. Waiting for the next season of Arcane. Oh, yes. Oh, Arcane was so good. Well, when Kurazini was born, I spent a lot of time rocking her to sleep with a pair of sound isolating headphones on, just watching Arcane on my phone at minimum brightness. And then I got Kurazette into Arcane, which it was interesting because Kurosette's not huge into anime or video games. I mean, she's played Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom, and some Stardew Valley, but that's about it. And she was like, I guess I'll watch it with you. And then after the first episode or two, she's like, why are we stopping? I'm like, it's dinner time. She's like, okay. TV dinner? I'm like, sure. Let's do it. Have I watched Fallout? I have not. So I wasn't looking at that. It is on my radar. I'm not a Bethesda games fan. There is something in the way that they approach their storytelling that just doesn't speak to me. And so I don't have the Fallout fan thing going on. Like I'm not a Fallout guy. It does look like a great show. It is on my radar. Like I said, I'll probably watch it eventually. I'm just not like, ooh, Fallout, I gotta go watch it. I'm kind of like, yep, I'll get to it. Once I get through all my my trash anime and The Boys. Yeah, I tried playing Skyrim. I was told that Skyrim is like the best place to jump into Bethesda games. And I had played a little bit of it vanilla. Didn't really enjoy it, so I put on a whole bunch of mods that modernized it because I was playing it like in 2019 or so. So a lot of mods that added, better graphics and more sound effects and better voiceovers or whatever. Changed some of the story around. And I still couldn't get into it. It just didn't speak to me. I think there's sort of a balance of giving the player too much freedom of doing whatever. I think that's why, I never felt connected to the character. Especially with silent protagonists. I am not, aside from Zelda, I'm not a fan of silent protagonists. I think it's kind of hard to get a feel for the character when you can't hear their voice when everybody else speaks. I much prefer if there's a voiceover for NPCs, then the main character should have voiceover as well. If the whole game is just text, then that's fine. I'm okay with that too. But if it's if it's voiceover for everybody else except for you, especially when you have long responses, you're just clicking on. I'm like, I'd rather just hear the whole thing spoken out then, personally. Nemo Dulek says you played exactly 0 Bethesda games. Yeah, I've tried some of the older Fallouts, like Fallout 2 and I think Fallout Tactics. They didn't speak to me as well. Tactics was interesting. I do enjoy that style of CRPG. I come from a long background of classic Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale. It also didn't speak to me, but also it was not like that game. I went into it expecting Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale, and I got not that out of it. It's much more like a mission-based game. So it's kind of like, it was okay for a couple missions, but I put it down. Actually, there's a suggestion from a while ago, and I've been toying with the idea in my head of for the non-vintage story game for the channel, of occasionally throwing in like some really old games. I'd have to emulate some of them. I do have the hardware and the discs for them, so it would be very completely legal emulation. So nothing to worry about there. But things like Legend of Dragoon, classic game. Tales of Fantasia, that kind of stuff. Really, really old, Super NES, PS1 kind of games. Could be a lot of fun. If folks were up for it, I'd definitely put that to a vote, though. We'll take a steak and onions break after this. Right here. There we go. Steak and onions, let's go. Yum, yum. 3 servings left. Okay, that's fine. And we're at the home stretch. All right. This probably could have been saved for the chores stream. At least some of it, but I got into it and started talking to you guys, and I lost track of time. We'll get this firing. I'll plan to start some copper smelting for our future nails and strips. And yeah, that will happen next stream. I am leaning toward probably having a chores stream on Wednesday. So it'll probably be around, I think I did 9:30 last time, or 8:30. We'll have to see. It'll be 8:30 to 9:30. Probably just an hour and a half at most. And we'll get the trees down. We'll get all that kind of sorted. We'll do probably some more bees. We'll squeeze all the honey out of those and get our beeswax going on. And we will get the rest of that bony soil. Whoops. Get that bony soil done. Moo says choice streams mean more chatting, which is good for engagement. Yeah, the first one went pretty well. It had, of course, a smaller showing than usual because it was like a Wednesday night, and I know a lot of folk are sleeping, and it was like quiet, chill hangout time. But it was only like reduced by half, which I was shocked at, honestly. It was pretty cool though. We had a good time. But yeah, reminder: if you have any 20 questions you'd like to have answered in a video, so anything that's kind of hard to, do I really have to do this? Anything that's hard for me to just like talk about here in the chat, anything, deep, thoughtful questions you have, drop them either in a comment or, oh, hello. Excuse you. Drop them in a comment or over on the Discord 20 questions channel. I'll add them to the list. I keep a running tab in a Word document, and I will pop that up to the stream. I am going to harvest you. You disturbed me. You better have something good for me. You do not. Wow. Curse on thy family. Necromundi says you got to go for dinner. Awesome. Send me leftovers. All right. And get these up. Let's get these two firing. I'm going to get those done. Let's do at least some of the pots. And we're going to dig out a little checkerboard right here, I think. We'll get the roof over top of it so we don't accidentally, you know, let it rain, because it will rain here. If I don't cover it up, it will rain right here. Single cloud just scudding through. All right, let's get all the pots in, I think, first. The pots and the bowls, and then the rest will do the planters. I think we do have, well, I'm not sure about enough grass, but we can get some grass pretty quickly. That might be a chores stream thing, though. All right, so those are in. Get the bowls in. We'll get as much of this as we can. I'll probably try to get at least a couple planters. I think we might be a little shy on grass, but we'll find out here. I'll leave you guys out here. Oh my goodness, so many. Why did I make this many planters? Didn't somebody stop me? Come on, guys. We might be good on grass, actually. Let's see how this goes. Some sandstone sand. A few sticks. And some firewood. Oh, acacia or kapok. Let's just grab some acacia. Don't like using that for now because it's a good building material, but that's what we got. And we'll see if this lights our wood on fire. If it does, we'll just replace it with something else. All right, let's do these two rows first. Prioritize these. I think we have enough, actually. Yeah, here we go. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, prioritize these guys again. Two stacks exactly. Nice. All right. Let's just do you chopped up. Wade Parker says, yes, more Star Sector. Yeah, Star Sector. Oh, I can't put it down. That game is like a drug I should not mention on the channel. I've done a few playthroughs where I just like a themed playthrough. One of them was Rick Lowbrow, where I only allowed myself to use low-tech ships. And then I did the Angry Bees one. And then I did a Malcolm in the Midline, for a throwback to those of you who are familiar with that old series, old TV show. All right, please don't catch fire. Be very. Oh, you are catching fire. Okay. Bye. All right. Wood, bad idea. Bad idea. I'm gonna check, make sure there's nothing on fire in here. Okay, good. All right, so wood, bad idea. Not my most brilliant idea ever. All right, I can deal with that though. I can deal. The Malcolm in the Midline, of course, was a midline only playthrough. That was actually still going. I had trouble finding ships and actually builds. Midlines are tough to build in that game. Because they're like low tech, you know, it's going to be lots of armor, bad shields, lots of ballistics. High tech is going to be lots of energy weapons, lots of good shields, low armor. And that's pretty easy to remember. Midline is like, well, this ship does this specific thing really well. This one does that specific thing very well. You get a mix. It's not like they're midway between having good shields and good armor and ballistics versus energy. It's like each ship is unique, very unique. All right. Nothing else is on fire that shouldn't be here. Yes? Yes. Okay. Second floor check, just to make sure. All right. I think we're good. Then I think before we go, we are going to... let's put some chert over top those. Yeah. Get some chert cobblestone. And we'll just cover these up a little bit. That should be enough. There. That fits in with the colors a bit. And I think this is like this is the second chart we've used. We used some here at the countertop. Okay. Awesome. Well, that I think was a very productive stream today, guys. And we're going to shut down here in just a minute. And after I put things away, get some more grass during our chores stream. I'll start building my checklist for the chores stream. Not right now. Once we're done here. But yeah, there we go. So we got a lot done today, guys. We built this entire little chicken coop here. We do need to feed the chickens, but that'll come later. I might wait for the chicks to grow up, actually. That way we're not trying to have, like, multiple generation 1s going on. We have a little more storage space here where we'll fill this out probably after the chores stream, once we get a little more copper and can fill that in. And we got some clay forming done today, which I am pleased about. This will go a long way toward helping decorate things with growing plants that aren't just planted on sand or dirt. Like these cacti over here. I was hoping to get some silver torch cactus, but that might happen probably next stream too. That way we can make up for the saguaro that we killed. You think the coop turned out nice? Thank you. Yeah, thanks guys. So yeah, that's it. Check out my new bling. That's pretty cool too. But yeah, we're going to call it here. So thank y'all for coming, and hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments if you're watching after the fact. Or if you were the kind of person who watches all three, or the stream plus a VOD, or plus the episodes, let me know what you think. Drop your 20 questions for the chores stream, somewhere where I can see them, not in chat. Put them in a comment or the 20 questions Discord channel. And as always, my name has been Kurazar. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.